I'm going to take you through 4 drawing exercises today to make you a better artist. So for today's drawing demo, I'm going to draw my microphone. And I'm going to draw this toy spaceship that I've had since I was a kid. I would like you to use a pen or a marker, something you can't erase with. No erasing. You can't get better at drawing if you erase everything you make. So we're going to deal with some mistakes here. We're going to make mistakes and we're going to learn how to deal with them. Okay, so that's the first thing about today's drawing challenge. We're going to make mistakes, we're not erasing. Because you're going to get better if you learn how to handle those mistakes. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to practice. Practice, because we're going to do 4 drawings. Practice makes progress, and you're going to see that progress today if you do all 4 of these drawing exercises. The other thing I'm going to do is emphasize looking. I want you to really, really look. You can't draw something if you don't look at it. You have to look at it. You have to really study it. Because our eyes are the only thing that we have to perceive the world to make a drawing. If we don't use those, then we're making stuff up out of our head. And when you make up a drawing out of your head, when you choose not to look at something and make up a drawing of it, it's not going to be good. Trying to draw something on paper without looking at the object is about as dumb as trying to take a selfie of you, but you point it this way. When you do that, you don't have a picture of you, do you? No. The camera has to look at you to get a picture of you, right? You have to look at the object, or the animal, or the person, the place, or thing, if you want to draw it well. So that is the most important thing. If you learn anything today, it's you have to look at what you're drawing. Look, spend more time looking at the thing you're drawing and less time looking at your sheet of paper, and I promise you it will come out better. Just take you into my studio. Here's my setup. Got 2 cameras, some lighting, and let's make some art. So for drawing number 1, I'm going to draw what I think this looks like. I'm not going to look at it. I'm going to draw what I think it looks like. So I think the microphone looks something like this. It's got a thing on it. It's got another thing here. It's got another thing here. It's got some texture to it. Just so you know, I'm not cheating. It's got like a body. It's connected to a thing that has a hinge like this. I know it's got little headphones, and I know it's got a logo. I know it's got a stick. I know it's on a circular stand. I know I've got a space shuttle here. It's got windows, and it's open like this. And it's got little bumper things, and I don't know, a tail. How'd I do? So, not too bad. Like you can see, I missed some things. Like I totally missed this part, this hinge part. I missed this round part. I tapered this too much. But this number 1 was what I think it looked like. All right, here we go. Drawing exercise number 1 from memory. Find an object or 2 that you would like to draw. Look them over. Now hide them. Make sure you can't see them. Draw what you think they look like. Don't look at them. Look only at your paper. Now you try. Now time for drawing exercise number 2. So for this next segment of the video, I need to make sure I don't cheat. So I've enlisted my assistant, Mrs. Hughes, to make sure I don't cheat. For this demo, I'm going to teach you about the blind contour technique. And what that is it's when you draw an object that you're looking at without looking at your paper. So to make sure that I don't cheat, I'm going to have my wife, Mrs. Hughes, hold this in front of me so I can only see the microphone and the little spaceship, and I can't see my sketchbook. You ready? Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to draw what I see here without looking at my paper. So even if I turn to look at my paper by accident, all I can see is this board, so I'm not cheating. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to start somewhere on my sketchbook, and I'm looking at the top of this microphone. And I'm drawing, here's the top little shiny bar. Here's the top wire frame part. Here's where I think this bar should be. Here's like the body of the microphone. There's a little microphone headphone hole there, the little headphone symbol. It's got we call it logo here, and now here's where I think the microphone stand should be, and it's got a little knob that you turn to lock it into place. Here's the hinge, here's the base, big wide circle for the base, and then here's where I think the space shuttle is. I'm looking at the front of the space shuttle. It's got windows for the cockpit here, the nose of the shuttle. Here's the little shuttle bay doors opened up. Here's the inside of the shuttle. Here's the other door. Here's the back of the shuttle. And then under the shuttle there are these little landing thingies. And here's the wing. How'd I do? Nice! It looks like a crazy monster, like a crazy little dude on a throne. But that's okay, because some parts of it kind of look like the microphone. What parts look like the microphone to you?
The top part.
Yeah, the top part. And then the base, and the circular base. So I got some shapes right, but I didn't get the details right, and that's okay because I couldn't see my paper. So given that I couldn't see the paper, this is pretty good. Drawing exercise number 2, blind contour. Take the same objects you drew for exercise number 1 and draw them without looking at your paper. Only look at your objects. Tip: have someone help you not cheat by blocking your view of your paper. Now you try. So I'm just going to label this one drawing number 2. And now for the last technique, which is called continuous contour line technique. For this one, it's okay to look at my paper, and it's okay to look at the objects. This is not blind, so the only way to cheat is to pick your pen up off the paper. So the rule for this one is to always, once you start, you do not stop drawing till you're done. It's all one line. That's what continuous means, all one line. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look at my objects as much as I can, because the more time you spend looking at an object, the better it's going to come out. Okay, so here what I'm doing is I'm going to start with the top of the microphone again. And I'm just going to try to spend as much time looking at that microphone as I can, but also looking at my drawing to make sure that I am capturing it correctly. So what I'm kind of doing is tracing it with my eyes and then telling my hand to do the same thing. So now I can see that I've got there's some form to this. It's not just a shape, it's a 3D object, and then there's all sorts of little patterns inside of it. Like that. And then I'm going to draw this metal rim here. And down to the body of it. And notice I'm going to have some travel lines. If I need to move back through my paper, I'm going to try to keep the same lines because I can't lift the pen off the paper. So you're going to see kind of where I went all over the paper. And that's okay because the goal is for this to be all one line. So now I'm looking at the logo here. I'm coming down to where it's mounted on the stand. Here's the hinge. Now when I drew this blind, I was drawing everything kind of on top of each other, but now that I can look at my paper, I can make sure that I'm putting everything in the right spot. And if you make a mistake, oops, there's a mistake. It's okay because it's all one line. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Drawing exercise number 3, continuous line. Take your same objects from drawing number 1 and 2. Make sure you can see both your object and your paper. Draw using all one line. Do not lift your pen until you are all finished. If you accidentally lift it off the page, just put it right back where you left off. Now you try. Alright, now that I'm all warmed up, I'm going to do a drawing that has no rules at all. I'm just going to draw the way I feel like it. So I'm going to kind of set this up.
Let's go. But, here we go now. Batman scoop on the mic, mix in the mix on the wheels of steel. This is what I was fucking born to do. Let's go.
Now I'm going to finish it off with this chord that I totally forgot to draw in all the other drawings. And there you have it. Drawing exercise number 4. Freedom! Take the same objects from exercises 1 to 3. Make sure you can see both your objects and your paper. Draw them any way you like. Let's see how much you have improved from your first drawing. Now you try. So let's do a recap. Here's drawing number 1, what I think it looked like. And then drawing number 4, what it actually looks like. See the difference? Big difference, right? Which one looks more realistic to you? I would say this one, definitely. Because I was looking at it. I didn't know what to do here because I wasn't looking at it. And what helped me along the way was the blind contour technique, because that's all I could do was look at it. And then of course the continuous contour line technique, because that forced me to deal with my mistakes. Then when it was all said and done, I got to this, which is not bad, especially considering I was using a marker. And, you know, I mean, you watched me. I only spent probably 5 minutes on this. What if I spent an hour? You know what I'm saying? The more time you spend on a drawing, the better it's going to come out. Let me show you an example. Here we have 15-minute portraits. I spent no more than 15 minutes on them. And here we have something I spent 40 minutes on. See the difference? So I really hope you experienced some growth today. I hope that you tried all 4 exercises, and I hope that as you tried them, you were challenged and you were frustrated. But I hope that your last drawing, drawing 4, came out much better than your first drawing. And I can't wait to find out how you did. Thanks for watching. Spelled that wrong. It's so cool. It can open up, and then these little robot arms come out to grab things. Awesome toy. And when I'm all done, I'm going to show you this drawing. And when I'm all done, I'm going to take you through 4 drawing exercises. What am I looking at? I'm going to take you through 4 drawing exercises, okay? And I would like you to use a pen. You're going. Here's drawing number 1, because that forced me to deal with my mistakes. So when it was all said and done, that's a wrap. So I don't know how much of the video has this, but there was totally a piece of food in my little beard right here.